So for the second part math test, and it's calculator allowed this time. For number 1, when you have this kind of question, then try to pay more attention to some word like each, like every, like per. That means multiplication. So 0.09 and it has to times d, then it's 0.002 has to times s, then I adding. That's why C is the answer. And for number 2, for this one, it will be, the ratio problem, because you could say at this rate. So basically it's a 7 over 400 that equal to x over 20,000. Then cross multiply, get the answer will be 350. And for number 3, which is kind of like a plug-in game. So 73 equals 24 plus 3.5 m. So just solve these linear equations. Isolate the 3.5, so I minus 24 both sides. I got, here's 9, and here's a 49. That equals 3.5 m. And then the m, you can use calculator, get the answer. That's 14. So 8 will be the answer. And for number 4 and 5, here's the keywords. It's directly proportional. So we can write down like 120 over 8. Then it's equals, here's x over 20, then you cross multiply. So the answer will be C. So we know that it's 8 people will earn $120. And they said we're looking for the profit. Profit will be the rest of money. That means if we have 43% goes to each performance, then the rest of them will go to profit, which means 1 minus 43%. And it equals to 57%. That goes to that profit. So 120 times 57%. We use calculator, we can get the answer. And it will be C. Okay, so for number 6, we have 4 times x add to 12. It equals to 8. Then we are looking for 2x and a plus 7 equal to what? So let's check the given information here. And how can I get the 2x? You have to divide by 2 for everything. So I got like 2x plus 6 equal to 4. Then we can get 2x, I minus 6, then I get negative 2. So I plug in 2x plus 7. That's how you get 5. You can also just solve for x first, get the negative 1, then you just plug in. Yeah, that's okay for this question. But this way is the shortcut. Always check from the given information and how can I get into that, the information we ask for. For number 7, they said is displays the x-intercept of a parabola. We can get the x-intercept from this one quickly. So I think that's the D will be the answer. And for number 8, it says no additional points to gain. And fails to complete 100 tasks. So basically it's 100 you multiply by 2. Subtract. then still I have 200 left. That's how you set up. So get the key minus 200 equals 200. Then key will be 400. And from the given information, we know that it's at most 45 boxes. So it will go to either A or go to B. Then the total weight will be 2,400. That's why you multiply. It's a 40x plus 65y will be this. So A will be the answer. And for number 10 is a composite function. So I will get the f of, we work on the g of 3 first. G of 3 is 2, so f of 2. F of 2 equals 3. That's why that's the answer. So for number 11, and we are interested in how many days for Tony to read the entire novel. And we know that that's the number of words in the novel. And for each minute, and Tony will read like 250 words. And then each day will be 3 hours. So basically, you just need to figure out that divided by, this number divided by 250 is each minute. So you multiply by 60, that is hour. And each hour per day is 3. Then that will be your answer. So the answer will be 8. That's close to 8. For number 12, when you read the problem, you could see it's above or at capacity. Definitely it will be greater than or equal to this. So that's the answer. So for number 13, now when you conduct a survey, you have to, randomly pick up the people. You cannot just go to that one restaurant and then do the survey. So that's the reason D will be the answer. So for the statistics, and I just remember, you have to get the data randomly. So that's the keywords. For number 14, basically you just need to go to like on the y-axis, get a 550 is over here. So I will draw the horizontal line, then draw the vertical line to get that year. It will be close to 2003. And for number 15, and you have to do that 1 year to finish one round. So 1 year will be 365 days. Each day is 24 hours. We're looking for per hour. So we use that 58000. Then we divide by this. That's the answer will be A. For number 16, we chose graduates from those who passed the bar exam. So how many people passed the bar exam? It's 25. So among these 25, then how many didn't take the review? It will be 7. So 7 over 25 will be the answer. For number 17, 20% less than the weight of this element. So we can get like 1 minus 20% times that 40. And you will get 32. That's the answer. So for the mean value and the median value, For example, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this is from smallest to the greatest one. This value will be here. Then I add this all together. That's the sum. We divided by 7, and I'm supposed to get this. That's the meaning for median and then the mean value. So in this situation, definitely is the home not like close to each other, because you can see that these two value is really different. And for the B, is that a few homes that are valued much less than the rest. If in this way we adding together divided by the 7, for example, the mean value will be less than the median. So definitely B is wrong. And C is correct. There are a few homes that are valued much more than the rest, so that the average value of the home will be greater than that median. For number 19, we want to find the median number. Then you got to do, it just you have 4 siblings, here's 20. Then this is 40. Here's 90. And this one is 190. Here's 260. So I will list like this. Here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 260, 190, 90, and 40, and then the 20. I will look for the middle number. So basically it's 20, I subtract 20, and it's 240 left. Then subtract 40, 200 left. Subtract 90, it's 110 left. Then I will subtract, this time it's 110 from here. How many left? It's 80 left. So definitely 1 will be your answer. So for the 4 siblings, and then it's both is 10. But since the total number of students in 2 schools is different, one is 2,400, and then the other is 3,300. So definitely A is wrong. It's not equal. And for the B, we can see it's 10 over 300. Then equals X over 2,400 for that Lincoln school. So cross multiply, X will be 880. We do the same thing, and for the Washington school, I will get 10 over 300 equals Y over 3,300. Then Y equals 110. That's why the Washington school is expected to 30 more than Lincoln High School for students with 4 siblings. So C is the answer. So for the 21, and according to the information given, and the goal is for estimate to be within 10 hours of the time it will actually take to complete the project. So it could be we take more hours to complete the project than the estimate, or actual time could be less than the estimate time. In other words, we have X minus Y could be less than 10, or Y minus X less than 10. Then I multiply by -1 both sides. For this one, I get -x plus y. Then change the sign because mommy, daddy, nanny multiply, divide by negative number. Change the symbol is -10. So I organize this one. I will get the y minus x greater than -10. That's why D will be the answer. For 22, basically we're looking for the r square. And we do the cross multiply first. I get 4 pi r squared times I equal to p. Then I divide it by 4 pi I both sides. Then we cancel. Then r squared will be p over 4 pi I. So for 23, I will use the original formula and write down like I intensity of A and equals power is the same, then it's 4 pi RA squared. Then for intensity of B equals P over 4 pi RB squared. Then I will do division. On the left side, that you will get 16 over 1. On the right side, that's a complex fraction. So if the numerator and then the denominator is the same, we can cancel. So we cancel 4 pi, cancel p. Then for the denominator, we will drop down. That's the rule for complex fractions. So I will, here it goes up, this goes down. I will get distance for b squared and over the distance for a, this is square. Then both sides I will do square root. You will get 4 over 1 equals distance for b over distance for a. And we are looking for observer A is what fraction of b, so I will get the RA equals cross multiply. Then you will get, here's 4, here's RB. That means 1 over 4. A will be the answer. For 24, it's completing square. We know that it's an x plus bx plus b over 2 square. Then I can get x, sometimes it's minus, so we do plus or minus b over 2 square. Because for the circle, and here is the formula for that, it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, that equals r squared. Then let's do the completing square for this original function. I have x squared plus 4x. Then for y part, I have y squared minus 2y. Then it's equals to is -1. And I need to add 4 over 2 squared. That means I add 4. Then this part I need to add 4. So that I can do the completing square. And for y, I need to add 1. Then this side I need to add 1. So that I can do the completing square. And so what's this side? It will be r squared. And then it's a 4. So r squared equals 4 means r equals 2. That's all. If you want to know that completing square, And this one we can write down x plus 2 square, then plus y minus 1 square. So the center will be -2 and 1. That's the center for this circle. But if only need to get the radian, that's all you need to do. So for 25, we need to figure out that slope is equal to, plug in b minus 0 and 0 minus a. So I will get b negative a. And since a plus b equal to 0, so a will be equal to negative b. So in other words, that's negative a equal to b. I plug in, I will get b over b, negative a equals b, so equals 1. That's why a is positive. For 26, they are asking which of the following are equal to 1. So we can check like separately, or I can just draw like y equals to 1, this line. So any points on this line will be equal to 1. This is y equal to 1. So I have, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4 definitely is good. And f of 3 over 2, that means 1.5. Yeah, this is good. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is good. So D will be the answer. For number 27, basically it's looking for the slope. And if you read the A, B, C, D carefully, and C and D is more accurate, so we just compare C and D. And we know that it's from 0 to 20, this interval. And the average rate of change, definitely the non-insulated will be greater than the insulated, because non-insulated one is more steep. Well, from 40 to 60 intervals from here to here. And you could see that insulated one is more steeper than non-insulated one. So that's the reason, and D will be the right answer. So we are looking for the linear function passing through the points B and D. Okay, so first of all, we can figure out the slope. The slope, let's label that this is M1, here's M2. So we know that the M1 multiplied by M2 will be -1. That means for M2, you can get the -1 over M1. That's the opposite and the reciprocal of M1. So I will label the coordinate for, say, it will be 7, 2, and E will be 1, 0. So what's the slope for M1? It will be 2 minus 0, 7 minus 1. So I will get the 2 over 6 is 1 over 3. And M2, I will get the opposite and then the reciprocal of that. Let's do that. It will be -1, 1 over 3. So bring 3 to the top, I get -3. So just check for which one give to you is -3 as the slope. And it could be A or B. Then we can check the y-intercept. It should be like 3, around 3. So definitely B will be our answer. If you want to get like more accurate, I can plug in 1, 0 into this function. So the x equals 1 and y should be 0, which means B will be the answer also.